and I told my husband, I was like, look, I'm going to this MLK day of service. I'm going to reconnect with my alma mater and just, and this is going to push me forward. So I said that, and I was like, oh, it'd be so easy to just, sleep in, because it was like we had to be there at 8 a.m. and all that. But my alarm went off. I was still in the bed, like thinking, trying to push myself. And my husband wakes up and he's like, I'll go make you some coffee. I know you need to get ready. So I'm like, and that,
Thank you.
helped. So I'm glad exactly. So I'm glad I told him too, so that could be my extra oomph to get out. Beautiful. And then I also told myself that I didn't have to necessarily talk to any and everybody. That's right. I just had to push myself to go. I just need to be doing the first step, and then it'll come naturally. So in my group, I met someone who was she's in the DEI office at Oglethorpe, and like I got her contact, and she was doing the Ronald McDonald House, so we were cooking for brunch for the families, and so it was great. Like we didn't talk a whole bunch, but I did find out enough about her. I was like, oh, maybe this is someone I need to connect with. So I connected with her and somebody else that had given a talk, and they're on my calendar to reach out to, and maybe I can partner with them to do an event. Yes, is what I'm thinking, because it's centrally located in St. Atlanta, and so I'm excited. I'm glad I went. And I've just been organizing. I just finished that book that you recommended, the what is it called? Not Atomic Habits, the other one.
Getting Things Done.
Yes. I just finished that today. Yes, David.
Yep. That's a good book, y'all.
It is really good. Yes. So I've been playing that in the car every day when I'm, running errands or doing pickups or whatever. And that has also been keeping me motivated, because it's like, okay, I'm doing the steps. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I just have to overcome my feelings sometimes. It's like, I don't want to do this. Like,
ain't nobody got time. First of all,
I can't.
Exactly.
I'm like, no, you can't stop. Go to the desk and get your coffee or whatever you need and sit down and do something. Like, Absolutely. It doesn't have to be everything. Yes. It has to be something, though.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for showing up and being here. I'm honoring everybody. I don't know why I'm so emotional right now. Like these last couple of weeks, I'm like, you guys matter to me, like, but you do. So thank you for being here, for real. And that kind of leads into the question to hear you put in the chat about what are the 5 things, because I'm doing this every day. So I don't even know who knows what about what's being taught at this point, because I'm just all the way outside. Like I'm just every day at 2:00. I was late today and now still showed up, and I appreciate you for that. But the 5 things that you need to be doing every single day in your business. Number 1, practice your 5-star pitch. What's a 5-star pitch? No videos are actually public on my YouTube except for the video where I teach the 5-star pitch. Just go to Dollavant YouTube and get you a 5-star pitch. If you don't have one, go get you one. And also this little thing, let me see. I should be able to pull it up. Is how you can workshop your way into a 5-star pitch on your own time. I think this is it. Let's see. Yes, this is it. Share. Copy link. Wait, what is happening? Hold on. Copy. Boom, bam. If you're in the Zoom or streaming, now we just got a streaming audience a second ago. That's how you get that. So that you can work or rework your 5-star pitch, right? So practice that every day. Because yesterday, I had a moment. One of our star students, one of our people in our group, she's been here for a couple of years now. She met me at the place that should not be named, and she was like, I don't know what they on, but I know what Dog's talking about. I'm coming over here, and she's the first and only person really to have lifetime access to my brain or whatever. she asked for that, and I was like, sure, let's do that. Let's work that out. But anyway, she came up with her 3.0, 7.0, whatever version we're on, 5-star pitch. And she sent it to me via email. And I was like passing out on the floor. I was like gasping for air. I was like, hold on. Because if you nail your 5-star pitch, you will make money. It's like striking oil. It is like, I have some land. My grandfather gave me some land and I'm just outside and I was digging it. And I found a bunch of diamonds. I found some gold. I found some oil, whatever that is. That's what your 5-star pitch is. This is how you take your value and express it to other humans. Okay, so we want to practice that every day. Number 2, you want to pick your afro. It takes me forever to teach this. I'm trying to get better at it. But the afro method is how you have a sales conversation without sounding salesy, right? You have 6 questions that, okay. Somebody's going to ask me, what are the 6 questions? I have 3 Google Drives. Where can I pull this up for y'all? Because if you're in the everyday, if you're in here every day, then you good. But if you're not in the 100-day challenge, you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, boom. 6 questions. Share. Copy. Boom. Okay. So here are the 6 questions that if you want to engage somebody in a 5-star pitch, I mean in the Afro method without sounding salesy, that's how you do that. And then make sure the streaming people can get that. Okay, boom. Okay, so anyway, if you go into the 5-star pitch and you're talking like, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to talk about, like blah, 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 but it sounds very conversational. They're telling you all their business. They're like going into the details, da, 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 da. And you get to the point in that conversation where you give your framework that is the 5-star pitch. When you get the aspirations and the frustrations, then you go into your framework. That's the 5-star pitch. So my point is, every day you should be doing, pick your afro. So P stands for prime your ear for problem language. That is, how do people talk about the things that are relevant to your work, what you do? Because these are entry points. It's like the world is a freeway. Everybody's just driving down the freeway. They're driving fast. Some people driving reckless. Some people driving slow. I don't know what's going on. And there's blah, 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 blah. But what you're listening for is language that gives you an entry point, like an exit ramp. Like when you see a Buc-ee's, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm getting off right now. I see, it used to be McDonald's back in the day, but now that I know what I know, we can't go based on that. But anyway, whatever that is that makes people slow down and pause and stop, you need to be really good at that. And you need to train your ear, and anybody that's on your team needs to know how to hear the language that gives you an entry point to the conversation. So prime your ear for problem language. So what are people saying to you? What are people, when you're just having these casual conversations, what are they looking for? What are they thinking about? What are they asking for? The exact language that they use, you need to know that. You need to work it into your, your stuff. So P is for prime your ear. I is for identify a connection point. So literally, again, if I have a meeting this week, if I have a board meeting, if I got to go here, go there, identify connection points with these people. He told me the grandbaby was, born, let's see what's going on with that. He told me he was a fan of this and this and that. Let me literally intentionally identify these places or ways that you can connect and create connection. Because why? Connection is the birthplace of all currency. If you make a connection with people, they feel like they want to feel, they drop their defenses, and then it's like, and by the way, we're doing this thing, da, 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 da. They're going to want to lean in with you. They feel like you're the homie. They feel like they know you. They trust you. They want to shout you out. They want to tell somebody else when they go back to the house. They're like, yo, I met this guy and he's amazing. And Don't you think we should invest in a Global South Film Festival? Nobody's doing that. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? This is how it happens in the connection, right? So we want to identify connection points and make them feel like they want to feel. So that's the I. C is for Tracy. Do you remember this? I think you've been on all my calls to know this. I don't know if you remember. It's fine if you don't.
C. I don't know.
It's okay. C is for currency. We want to find things that are, whatever is happening currently is currency, right? So we want to talk about, we want to look for, you know, things in the world, in the environment, in the news feed, right? We want to pull things that would be relevant right now. Like Trump, if I'm a real estate person, which I'm not, but some folks in the dollhouse are, right? The 50-year mortgage or whatever, you know, Fannie Mae just got rid of credit scores or something. I don't know. Whatever's happening currently, find things that are currently happening that make sure you're abreast of that. You know, like if Trump was, I don't know what year this was because all my years are blurring together because I think because it's the end of the world, but whatever. Anyway, whatever year this was, when I went to speak at the headquarters of Morgan Stanley, which is on Broadway, just off of Times Square. It's right there. It's right there. And when I got there for that event, I was a little late. My plane was delayed, and they held the whole event and waited for me to get there. It was kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I should have been blogging all of that. I didn't, but I do have one little photo. If I can find it, I'll send it to y'all. But anyway, as I was going to their beautiful office right off of Broadway in Times Square, there was like I don't know what was going on. I'm not sure if they were filming or what was happening, but they did an outdoor. They shut down Times Square, and there was just yoga. There was just people, like 1,000 people with yoga mats outside in the actual street, like it was roped off or whatever, doing yoga. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And my point is, whatever's happening currently, whatever's going on outside, whatever people are talking about, whatever people should be talking about, whatever is like relevant right now, you want to be abreast of that so that you can bring it into your conversation. So when I say pick your afro, when you wake up in the morning, I'm practicing my 5-star pitch because it's what I do. I got better yesterday than I was today because I learned something from this guy I talked to, and now I added that to my pitch, and now I'm better today than I was yesterday. Okay, cool. Practice your 5-star pitch. Pick your afro. Prime your ear for problem language so you can insert yourself into the conversations. Identify these connection points. I know I'm going to be talking to this person. They said this was going on. This was going on. They just had a grandbaby. The grandbaby of my billionaire friend should be 2 years old this June. She's a Gemini like me. And I'm like, I need to be talking about that when I call Laura to ask her X, Y, Z, ABC. Let me get on the page she's already on. So we identify connection points. Then we currency. Laura, did you know that donations to nonprofits are down by 27% this year because it's the end of the world? But I have a plan to help us get it together. You want to talk about it? Of course she does. She's, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the C is for. Current events. Whatever is happening currently is your currency. And then in the K, is for know your flow. That is, how do I use this Afro method? You need to sit with it. You need to be, if you meditate, if you go into the sauna, if you get into the hot tub, whatever you do, you need to be thinking about this flow of how you take a very casual conversation with a random human that you just met, you're on an airplane, whatever's going on. And by the time y'all finish talking, they want to work with you. Because you don't know who that is sitting next to you at the bar. You don't know who they're married to. You don't know if their boss or their husband or their father is the head of whatever for P&G, You need to show up in a way that it feels very casual and very conversational, but it can change an atmosphere. I have multiple students in this group who, because they understood and they had their 5-star pitch together, they would go and they would sit and they'd be outside and And it just so happened, I'm at the bar. Literally, I think I have the audio for that. I'm at the bar. And she was like, I was waiting on my plane, my plane got delayed, blah, blah, blah. I'm at the airport, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy sits next to me. He's like, what do you do? What do you do? And you know how people do. And then instead of saying, oh, I'm in real estate or I'm blah, 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 she goes into her 5-star pitch. He's the head of product placement or product whatever for Procter & Gamble. And he's like, oh my God, this sounds amazing. Like, da, da, da. She got placement in like multiple like chains or stores or whatever because she was prepared. So when I say pick your afro, that's every day we're being intentional. We're listening for the language that's going to, people are going to be speaking. What is that problem language? We prime our ears. We identify connection points. The people I'm going to talk to today or this week, let me make sure I am intentional about what they got going on and how I can speak to that. Because when you speak to something that's personal to people, the walls come down. That's what we want. We want connection. We want flow. No dams, a dam. Like it stops the flow. We want a flow. Currency. We want, they love, oh my God, I love dog. Like, I just want you to know that all of my white people feel that way about me. I just want you to know that it's engineered, it's encoded in the system. Okay, so I can go home and chill and be done. But when I'm on and it's work time, they love me because I intentionally set the atmosphere for that, and y'all can do that too. And it's not being disingenuous. It's literally like, what's important to them, and make sure I speak to that. What you tell me? What your dog is your favorite person on earth? Okay, let me bring you. Let's talk about that, right? And then whatever's happening currently, and then know your flow of your conversation. Make sure that it feels natural. You know how to flow from what they're talking about, the aspirations and frustrations, and flow into your 5-star pitch, and then do all the things so that it doesn't feel salesy. Okay, you pick your afro. That was a long way to say that. Every day though, you need to be working on this every day. And then number 3, we want to activate our inner circle, or should I say, this is our circle of trust. Our 50 people that we are working with, we're talking to, we're leaning into. They know us. They like what we got going on. Possibly trust us. We want to try to get on the phone with them. I need you talking to real humans every day. So we want to reach out, send some outreach, talk. Can you get on the phone? 15 minutes. Da da da. Let me tell you what I'm working on. That blah 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 blah. Every freaking day, or at least your 5 days a week or whatever. Number 4, we're broadcasting our brilliance. We actually are getting on social media. We're posting. If you don't want to do it every day, you need to batch that and do that once a week so that it's going out every day. Y'all, I found a whole new community yesterday. I just started my I started my Substack in 2023. Apparently, I didn't know that, but I did. But I didn't start posting until like now. And I have a community now. People are outside. Somebody follow me on Twitter. I'm like, what is going on? And again, if somebody were to show up at your door and knock on the door, and you look through the thing, peephole, and you're like, oh my God, it's 2 people outside, would you be like, let's ignore them? That's not any people. I need 1,000 people before it counts. Like, what are we talking about? Like, there are human beings that have clicked a button and raised their hand and said, we like this and we want more of this on my new little social thing. So I need y'all to broadcast your brilliance every day. You don't know who somebody know. You don't know whose daddy is related to whose uncle is the head of this and that. You don't know. You need to be outside and you need to engage people in a way that's meaningful, that they want to go tell somebody else. And then number 5, document your actions. So if you've activated your group and you're talking to people and you got meetings going and all of that, then you want to make sure you put it in some CRM, put it in some place where you can go back and see, because we need to pull those patterns. That's what's going to tell us how to move going forward. So that was a very long answer to the question of what are the 5 things we do every day. Makaya says, I'm excited that people are even viewed my posts, even if I don't have that many likes yet. Exactly. Because they're seeing it. This is what I want you to know. You are all the way outside. You are outside. And that is the first part. That is the hardest part. That is the part that takes bravery. Okay. You are, instead of sitting at the house talking about, yeah, blah, 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 yeah, you just talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know. But until you get outside, until you put that thing, listen, my friend Charles Davis, they call him Uncle Charles. He is the greatest music producer of all time. He is one of the ones, I turned down 3 record deals. He was in 2 of them. Brilliant freaking musician, okay? Y'all may never know his name. He may never, I don't know, because Hollywood is dead. I mean, I don't know about this industry, but so talented. And he made a song. One of these days, the clock gonna go off, gonna say it's my time. I can't express it to y'all. You have to hear it. This song sounds like you're traveling down a long road. You're on think of the longest road. I don't know where you're from. If you're from the South, you know about a road. You're outside and it's trees and you're driving slow. Maybe you're on an island, you're just driving and you're going, and things are passing by, and it's like, what does all of this mean? Some kind of way. He made a song that sounds like that. I don't know how you do that. And when he sent me that song, it was probably 8 years ago now. I called him on the phone and I said, Charles, whatever, I don't know what's happening right now, but you just put your soul on a record. And then I realized everybody we love, the people, Lawrence Fishburne just got the first James Earl Jones Award. That's not a thing, but now it is, apparently, for being great or something. It's presented to him by Angela Bassett. You know what I'm saying? Who, y'all, see this piece right here? I have earrings. I have a chain, a neck piece as well. This was made by the artisan that made all the jewelry for Angela Bassett in the Black Panther movies. He made it for me based on my aura, which is crazy. Anyway, she presented this award to Lawrence Fishburne, like everybody we love, Denzel, like all these people we talk about, the names that we have in our mind, in our brain. It's because they showed up in the present moment. In the present moment. Like we're an audience of one. Nobody's here but you and me. Is that a song? I'm pretty sure that's a song. Y'all. And they do this thing and it's like, oh my God. And you're like, what? And you never forget it. You never forget it. You know what I'm saying? So all of us can do that with our business. All of us can do that with our pitch. All of us can do that with the work. It's the work. It's like, if you get great at elevating how you talk about the work, they don't even know. They don't know what they're paying for it. They don't know what it is. Y'all, what is the dollhouse? I don't know. I'm not sure. But if she's doing something, I'm there. I'm here. Listen, I got to figure it out. I got to call somebody. Baby, just don't talk to me for 3 hours. I'm going to be on the Zoom. Hey, dollars talking. You know what I'm saying? You can build that for your business. You can create community around your work. And that is where the money resides. Because if you show up like that all the time, every day, you're not selling anything. You're not like, I don't mean to bother you, but I just wanted to tell you. No, it's you creating a space and you're inviting people to it. So let's talk about the balance. Okay, so the world is off. Sorry, it is, because they miss Mother Earth. Mother Earth, like Gaia, like all of that. It's feminine energy. We went too far. Okay, so masculine energy is around strategy, system, structure, action, planning, metrics, hustle. All of that. Okay, that's a lot of doing. right? But we're not human doings, we're human beings. So we need intuition, flow, rest, receiving, trust, presence. We got to combine the two. Okay. So if you do all of the force, grind, push, and control, Atlanta, they've turned Atlanta into that. If you do that without the balance, it becomes toxic, right? But if you combine the two, you need structure and flow, you need strategy and intuition, you need action and rest. If you do both, we gonna be all right. Yeah, I think we could do it. I think we could do it. I think we could tap in. So the way we've been approaching growth in the past probably might not have been healthy, maybe, but now we can do it differently. So let's, again, if you want to come off mute, get something to say, questions, comments, concerns, all the things, let's do that. But I want you guys to, I'm gonna be done by 8:00. That's my goal right now. I want
I have something to say.
Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say that I was inspired many years ago by the woman who taught me how to trade. I had a couple people that taught me. One of them was super technical, and I did not catch everything, so I needed more. And so when I first started with her, it was maybe about 4 or 5 of us on a call, and she knew us by name. Okay, that's how she started off. But she had put together this amazing course. It was a self-paced course, and then she would come on once a week. Then we would have our teaching. Then I think it was once a week, if I can remember right. But when she came on, again, she could be anywhere in the world, and she'd come on no matter how tired she was, no matter how tired she looked, and she would be her authentic self, and she would teach the lesson. And that course grew from us 4 to her making over $50 million in 4 years. That's how massive it grew that fast.
Yeah, that's powerful.
She showed up. She showed up. She showed out no matter how she felt, no matter how she looked. And the course itself really spoke for itself.
I love that. That's a great story. That's really powerful. Because like y'all know, I mean, this is not even my full-time business. I'm no longer getting cussed out. Today was the first day where I was able to flip the energy on one of my board members. And I was like, listen, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I need you to stop resisting me and just flow with me. Okay. And they finally got it. And now they're into it. Now they want to be on the podcast. Now they want to be like, well, let's talk about it. If it's the end of the world, let's talk about it, all of that. But, I don't even do this. This is not what I do. This work with you guys is not what I do full time. However, I am going to do it in a way that we make sure that we're serving people. And to your point, anything that you start, when you do it from a place of authenticity and you're adding real value, that's what everybody can do with your business, your platform, whatever you're building, right? It starts with 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, and it turns into this thing. Just by being consistent and being authentic, the root word, the etymology of authentic, it's the same root word as authority. This is where your power lies. It's by clarifying what it is you stand for, what it is that you want to bring to the world, what is your worldview. And then we say that and we do that and we create space to have conversations about that. And we invite people to that space. And like you said, from 2, 3, 4 people, it could turn into a multi-million-dollar empire. I love that. I love that. So we want to scale our businesses for things that have been proven to have demand. So as you're talking to humans, you're going one-to-one and sometimes one-to-many, and you get on stages and you're speaking and doing all that. People have told you what they want. People have shown you what's important to them. We want to create a business that creates predictable results. We want to elevate so that everything we do doesn't require my one-to-one attention. How can I make money without me physically showing up? You want to be in a place where you can start to systematize or create templates and hand it off to somebody else, right? You want to have higher margins higher return on investment. In other words, I do this much, but I can leverage that and get an outsized return, and align with your ongoing vision for what your business and why you're even doing this for real. So I feel that you guys are in a place where when we get clarity about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and give language to that, amazing things are about to happen. Go ahead, Tracy.
So, first, she was talking about you. This is what you're doing with us and the time you're investing in us and just showing up as you are. So, I'm looking forward to your abundance continuing to grow. And just by us following you, we grow with you, because birds of a feather flock together.
Birds of a feather flock together. Yep.
What I'm hearing you say is like, you're saying it's like all these pieces coming together. Like, you're saying we're not here to make sales when we're talking to people. We're here to serve.
Yes.
And that's why we listen. We're just talking. We're just here having a conversation. And I think the stress is that consumer mentality is so damn real. It's like, okay, let me sit back and let me get this, or I get this. Let me, this weirdness in being a consumer. And it's hard to make the transition because everything we do revolves around this mentality. Like you can't just be. You got to constantly be in hustle mode. And I like that you're constantly telling us, it's not just that one person. It's not just that one, like, okay, there's 10 of them.
That's
and
right.
That lesson, it's like, that makes the conversations real because it's not hard for us to have a real conversation on any given day or be authentic. But when it comes to our business, we're thinking about all the sales we lost, or our family thinking this is not a real business, or this has to work because this is such a perfect fit. But no, perfect fit is when they, when they actually want to buy and they actually buy, not just because you think it. So I'm listening to what you're saying. It's a lot easier, but that hustle mentality, that consumer mentality is very real. Like it's different. It's different on this side. The way you're explaining it to us, it's not stressful. It's next step. I'm just talking with you guys. I'm actually giving you something.
I'm trying to help you. Do what you want to do. Listen, this is why I say it all the time. Like, do what you want to do. You can, it's whatever. It's whatever. Actually, it's fine. Like, it's literally fine. You can do what you want to do. You can go ahead on. I got that from my grandmother and them. She's very Diane Carroll in her energy. It's just like, y'all, it's fine. If you don't want to be about this life, guess what? You can go ahead on. How about that? But the people that are called to be here, the people that, in their spirit, something said, I might want to tap in. I'm here for those people. And you can create that too. Like, it takes the stress off of it. It's not, it has nothing to do with who you are. It doesn't reflect like your brilliance. It's not like, am I worthy? It's none of that. It's literally, this is what I believe I'm supposed to be giving to the world, and I'm showing up. I'm shining a light. So you guys, he was actually in one of these scandal videos. So I hate to call his name, but we're in private, so I'll do that. But 19 Keys, he has about 1 million followers or so across all the socials. Okay, fine. He's one of the founders or whatever for this conference. I said I was gonna show up at the conference and blow up the conference this summer. The Invest Fest, I'm not sure if I want to do that. But anyway, we went, he had an event, he came to Atlanta, he's speaking, speaking to her, Okay, fine. So we were invited. So we go to the thing. We took up some moon jug. Y'all better get you some moon jug. I don't know what you're drinking. If you're drinking Kroger water, stop it. It's messing up your money. It's messing up your life. Get you some moon jug. Anyway, moonjug.com. Anyway, and so we go and we brought them the stuff and While we were there, all these other people were coming into the green room, the back room before they go on stage and all that, because we didn't stay for the event. Because, child, what are you talking about? Hey, what's up? I dap you up. I'm out. Like, I'm not sitting in the audience and like watching your event or whatever. No. But anyway, we know a lot of famous people, y'all. But anyway, He's a really sweet guy, very, very intelligent. You know, me and love my life, my fiance, we were there and da da da. So they were, you know, shining out moon jug and doing all this. Got some footage. One of my students from another event that I taught the class 2 years ago, and that's where I met him. He was a photographer, and he was there. He was like, "Oh my God, it's dog!" You know, he's like all of that. So anyway, he has the water. He's doing the thing. He's locked in, you know, he's teaching, and then in the room comes one of his, you know, homies who I also appreciate. I got respect for Dr. B Serious. If I don't know if y'all are in the conscious community at all, but he's like famous over there. Why am I saying this out loud? I shouldn't be saying this in public. Anyway, he comes in the room and I was like, yo, and he was like, do I know you? I was like, no, you don't, but you should, you know, because everybody thinks they know me when they meet me because I act like a famous person because I turned down 3 record deals. Like I've been trained to be a celebrity, but I'm not, but I am, but I'm not. And so he's like, girl, what's up? What's up? Da, 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 da. So I was like, listen, Dr. B, you said something that changed my whole trajectory. And that's what I want to share with you guys right now. He said, on one of these episodes that he did with 19 Keys, who I can't watch his stuff. I really can't. But one of the things he said was, you know, we punch the clock. And y'all heard me say this. We punch the clock, we clock in for work, we clock in for whatever, you know, we punch the clock. Because we're on time. The time is an illusion. It's an invention. It's a social construct. Okay. When I went to Harvard, the first thing that Henry Louis Gates them, the first day I went to class, I sit down, got my notebook, I open the notebook, I sit down, and you know what they said to me? Race is a social construct. And I'm like, okay, I don't even know what to do with this information, but thank you. Question mark. So anyway, and he proceeds to on this video. Dr. B, he's like, so if you want to get off the time clock and punch into the clock, we got to reverse time. So TIME, time. Let's reverse that. EMIT. We're going to emit. We're going to shine our light. Okay, so that other people can follow and find their way home. You know what I'm saying? And so when I met him, I told him, hey, that thing that you said that time, remember that time? Y'all, he actually didn't remember the video of when he said that. He didn't. But I was like, listen, I just want you to know that was a impartation. Thank you for that. And he's like, yeah, no, da, da, da. So now, you know, I got him and his team, you know, we cool now or whatever. But you cannot continue to, let me say it this way. You don't want to, I'm trying to send y'all this screenshot. You can't continue to show up. Oh, look at there. Somebody's trying to get back in. You can't continue to show up in your life, in your business, and etc. just like half stepping, like halfway doing things. You have to show up in a way where it's intentional, it's on purpose. Like I meant to be here. I said what I said. And y'all can figure it out on your own time. But I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't show up apologizing. Don't show up asking for a sale. Don't show up in that way. I want you to show up as the greatest, highest version of yourself. If you were, my mother's 83 years old. If you were well on in age, if you were like leaving your legacy for the world to come and find after you leave, what would you do? What would you say? That's how you need to be showing up every day. Because from that place, y'all, that's where the power is. That's where the money resides. That's where the money resides. So I just put a little thing in the chat. Like, we don't hustle. We develop habits. Okay. We're not average out here. Okay. We're not regular. We're not creating products and trying to sell it. We focus on people and the problem. I spend a lot of time talking about that, right? We don't do marketing. We're starting a movement. We're not launching anything. We're leading people somewhere. We're not selling anything. Somebody said that earlier today. We are offering service and solutions. I want y'all to get past entrepreneur and show up as founders. We're establishing systems that are going to get us consistent results. No matter what we do, we're going to get a result. Go ahead, Tracy.
Oh, you just mentioned your mom, and then you mentioned like how if this was like, if we were at an age where we really didn't know how much time we had, how would we show up? That's so different. Because we do show up like we have time. Like, okay, even if I don't make this sale and I come up and my 5-star pitch is not great, or if I mess this up, there's like 10 other places for me to call. Like, I don't show up as if I didn't have time. I show up as if I know, okay, well, you know, things aren't rough today. Mm-hmm. And I think you're right. That's a whole different energy. It's not the hustle. It's just outside.
Because that's what it means to be present. That's what it means to be like right here. The time is always here. Desta just texted me. He's usually on every call we do. But he's doing something, but he just sent me a video. Anyway, I need y'all to send me these testimonies or whatever. But the place is always here and the time is always now. I got a very unauthorized, mind you, text message yesterday from somebody who could have been the one, but he wasn't the one. He fumbled the ball like Nick Cannon fumbled Mariah Carey. He fumbled the whole ball, y'all. And it was like, bye. Okay, never mind. And he came back, he apologized. He understood. It was too late. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody. Look at your neighbor and say, ain't nobody got time. So I wasn't tripping. It wasn't on that. But anyway, for whatever, I think he's trying to do another event or something. He wants me to participate. I'm not sure. We'll see. But he called me yesterday and I told him, I said, listen, what happens in this present moment is all that there is. What you guys do when you go down on a sales meeting, if you got a phone call, if you got, I'm going to call 10 people today. I'm going to do today. I'm going to, send my energy out into the field, right? I'm going to write an article. I'm going to do a post. I'm going to, whatever it is, whatsoever it is, I'm sitting in the seat of the ancestors. That's how my grandmother used to talk. Whatever it is that you're doing right now is all that there is. So don't play with it. Don't play with it. Because like I said, if one person comes to your door and like ding dong, and they're like, hey, I saw your flyer. I want to come by. I want to hang out. One person sees your post. One person comes to your Zoom. One person comes to your class. They count. The only currency in the world is not diamonds. It's not gold. It's none of that. It is time, energy, effort, focus, and attention of another human being. And if you are able to get somebody to give you that, you're winning in these entrepreneurial streets. So now the job is to figure out, what did I do to get this one person to show up for me? And how can I document that, systematize it, and scale it? That's it. I mean, we can get off the phone. I think we're going to get off the phone. That's all. That's it. That's all. Just stop playing in people's, stop playing people's time. Stop treating them like they don't count. Stop acting like, unless I have 1 million followers, nothing matters. Like, stop watching TV. Stop. Listen, how did that work out for us? Following the Diddy plan. How well did that go for us as a people, as a unit, as Black people? It didn't work well, did it? I don't think so. So, if y'all got something else, let me know. Questions, comments, concerns, challenges, a perspective, or unique thing that you want to say in terms of story time. Go ahead. And that's for everybody. If you're on stream, you could put it in the chat. If you're on Zoom, just unmute yourself. And then, I'm finna be done. I'm finna go eat some dinner or whatever. Go ahead, Tracy.
Okay, this is a separate matter about flyers. I don't have any more business cards. My flyers are done. I want to create a new business card, and I want to ask, do you think, I think my old business card worked, yet it's not that it made a lot of sales, people just liked it. I want to create something new so that I kind of have a momentum of okay, this was how it was, this is how it looks. But do you think that if it's not broken, just keep moving with the same one? And should we have business cards, like flyers, the little club flyers and the little small business cards? And the other question is, if we do have small business cards, are you cool with the ones that have the shapes? Like now they have their shape like a flower. I'm thinking of having mine shaped like my logo. Or do you think that gets lost in the sauce and people might think it's a sticker or
look,
something?
I love a good business card, but who's actually checking for a business card right now? For real, literally nobody. So it's fine. It's fine. What I think is like, if that's what your spirit, you want to get a business card, you want to print some more business cards, go for it. But it's gonna end up in the back of their trunk. It's gonna be on the bottom of their bag, or it's gonna be in the closet.
So what do you suggest? Is it better like I guess callback system? Like what do you think is the actual bridge? Because I do agree. That's
bridge
what I
from
do
what?
Business cards too.
Bridge from what?
Bridge from someone getting a business card. They're like, oh yeah, I'm interested. Let me have your card, to actually contacting you, to like not having the business card and then doing what? Being more like attentive to the callback?
It's a good question. I want you guys to become masters. Okay. Samurai. I want you to become ninjas out here in these entrepreneurial streets. I want you to know the difference between somebody who says, oh, that sounds amazing, do you have a card? Versus somebody who's like literally trying to take another step with you, because it's not the same. Like some people will be like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing, and they're just like being polite, versus you're about to change my life and I need you. When can we talk? Right? So we got to be able to discern the difference. So I don't have no problem with business cards. If you go to a conference or something like that, I want you to, pass out your stuff, have your flyers, do all that. I'm not mad at that. People do still read that, it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. But I want you to like connect with people in a way where they're like, we need to do something different. I thought that I was on the path and then I met her and now we need to go this way. Like it's this way. Like the Harriet Tubman, like she's like the escape route is this way. Like, baby, I need to spend $500 on this credit card this month because I just met the lady and she gonna get us together. Like da, da, da. Like you need to give them something so they can go home at night and tell their spouse why they need to swipe their card for $500. I'm saying you need to go home and you need to give them something that's going to get them all the way together. They're like, I've been looking for this. I didn't know I was looking for that. I didn't know I needed this, but now that I know, I'm, like they're just like, I want the poster, I want the CD, I want the album, I want it all. I want it all. Your job is to change somebody's life. And that's crazy when I say that out loud, but literally you're supposed to make such an impact on them that they're like, I didn't know, like, why didn't nobody tell me? Like cash flow, like we're just starting businesses. We just outside. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to have 5 business, bank accounts. I'm supposed to have all these different places where money's supposed to, what are you talking about? Like, I need you. Like now I feel lost without you. Come on, CC and BB Winans. I'm lost without you. I need everything you got going on, right? And then I come into your world, and then I'm hanging out, and I'm watching your YouTube, and I'm on the thing, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Now I know your name, like I know your cat's name. I know the history. I'm telling everybody in my family about you, and also I'm moving resources on your behalf. Like this is the 6 R's. I can't do 6. Okay, boom, 6. That's the goal. So if you do a business card or not, it doesn't matter. It's how you make somebody feel. How do you make them feel? Because they can scan your blink and do all that. They can, take your business card and do all that. They can get your flyer and do all that. But if you don't make them feel like they want to feel, and something that's unforgettable, Nat King Cole, you know what I'm saying? Then it's just, I met you and it's gone. There's somebody in the dollhouse, Coach, actually. I think that's how I met you halfway, Tracy. I'm not sure. But somehow it was related to Coach. You were there. He was there. I don't know what happened. Anyway, he told me last time we checked, I don't know what it is now. He's the greatest connector in the world. This man is a networker, a natural. He's a natural. He told me last time he checked and counted, he had 3,000 business cards in his, like a Ziploc bag or something, you know what I'm saying, from all these events and, you know, conferences and places where he goes, because he's everywhere. He's outside. He's a huge personality for y'all who don't know him. And like, I'm sorry, what? Do you think he called any of these people back? No. Do you think he remembers who these people are? No. Your business card or your flyer, none of that is going to change anything. It's how you make them feel. So if you want a business card, great. If you want to print up some stuff, great. But it's more about making the connection, you know, get them, bring them into your world. That's what I want y'all to do. Bring them into your world and make them feel like they want to feel. So they tell somebody else about you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it was Coach that what was it, Coach? I met you and Coach at the same time at the place that shall not be named.
Yes,
but you were the one that was.
I remember that day. I gave you the bottle of wine or whatever.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yes. So yeah, it was simultaneous. You guys were together in that kitchen area. So you were the one very adamant and you were speaking. But he was there too, and then we also connected.
Hilarious. Why were you even there? We'll talk about it later.
Oh no, I was there for a, what do you call those things? Those things where people get together, the hackathon, the something. Okay. What, not hackathon, for people that do techathon?
Yeah. No, okay. They call them hackathons. I don't know. Child, I don't know. But they using my intellectual property on their building right now, but I'm not gonna mess with them. I'm not gonna tell them.
Okay, I hear what you're saying about the flyers, but how about if somebody needs to pick up some people have contacted me because they picked up the flyer.
Yeah, somewhere. I'm not mad. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love a good flyer. I love a good, here you go, you know, all of that, because people do, you know, if they feel how they want to feel, they will follow up with you. They will scan the thing. They will follow up. They will go on your website. They will do all that. But it's based on how they feel. If it's just like, oh, that was nice, then nothing happens.
Okay, connect the bond, make the bond.
Yeah, thank you for dropping your link, Anthony. I'm pulling up this festival so we can know what's going on out here. We need to tune in. Alma, you know, Alma means soul in Spanish. I'm not Afro-Latino, but everybody thinks I am. My mother was born in Havana, but it's very racist. People be like, ooh, oh, Havana, oh, and then they're like, oh, your curly hair, like, oh, I'm like, stop it. I'm Black. I'm from America. Stop playing with me. But anyway, I love it. So we love a good Alma festival. So y'all check it out. Thank you, Anthony. Any other questions, comments, concerns, feedback, challenges, or story time that you want to share? This is our special place. I don't know what the dollhouse is, but you guys can help me define that. And somebody please send me some videos so I can send it to Google and let them know I do this for real.
Doll, when do you need those videos by?
I mean, tomorrow's Friday. I mean, before Monday.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, you know, I'm outside. I'm a person.
I already put it on my calendar.
I'm from Atlanta. I'm from, you know, I'm an engineer, and then I was struggling with this and that. And then I met Doll and blah, blah, blah.
And Doll was amazing.
And after
my
that,
whole life changed.
Just send me a video. It could be everything.
I will.
Or you could do it right now. Either way. But y'all, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for building something in this world. Like, everything we do is an act of resistance. I believe that entrepreneurship is 21st century activism. I believe that entrepreneurship is a spiritual act. I believe that us doing this work is how we make the world a better place. I truly, on everything, on God, I believe that. So thank y'all for being here and for, you know, being brave, you know, and doing this work. Because they're trying to take away jobs, you know, AI, you know, all the things. It's a lot going on out here, but come on, Kendrick, look at your neighbor. There's some prophets out here. Songwriters are prophets. Anyway, I believe that we're gonna be all right. So thank y'all for being a part of the revolution. Thank you for being here, for sharing your energy. I can't wait to see what y'all create, and anything I can do to support you, I got you. Yes, everybody put your thing in the chat. That's the other thing we're going to do. We're going to create community. I think all of you guys are in the school already, but I'm going to create a special little channel over there just for us to like share events and talk about what we're doing and stuff like that. And in addition to the book club and whatever. So if you got something going on you want to share with the group, you please, make sure we're in the school and join us over there. And if we're good, if our hearts and minds are clear, hold on. Are we clear? Did we do it?
Oh, I have one more thing.
Go for it.
Tahira, I messaged you for your link. I don't know if you messaged you privately in the chat. But I need your link for next week's session if you're doing one.
Yes,
because I need to put you on my calendar so that I
want to come too. Send it to me as well, please. To hear, okay. I've heard good things. So yeah.
Yes, it was very helpful to talk to you. So I need to do this regularly. Thank you.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Makai, for saying that.
You're so powerful. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, one quick question. You said if we join the other group, we can get some one-on-one time because I have a series of specific questions. I know you said something about book a slot to have some one-on-one with you.
Well, here's the best way. We could just go to bettercalldoll.com. That's all you gotta do, and just get on my calendar. But you're in the WhatsApp, so you can always how do you say that? DM me or whatever. But yeah, if you go to bettercalldoll.com, and you can get on my calendar as well. I would love to chat and do some one-on-one time. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Y'all good? Hearts and minds are clear. Oh my God. I love it here. I love it here in the dollhouse. Somebody help me figure out what this is and how to put language on it. And we're gonna do that together. But until the